Hello, Zelda Speedruns! We're back live with more A Link to the Past All Dungeons tournament coverage. Just like 2 hours ago, we had DoomTap facing off against Ace0. DoomTap won that match, is now advancing in the winners bracket, and Ace0 will be going facing off. I forgot against who, but we have two commentators that can probably tell me who we're facing against, because today we've got Anders. Say hello. Oh, I forgot to enable the voice call. Say it again. Sorry about that. Sorry, forgot to unmute the Discord server. You're live now.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. And Ashton, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
So today facing off, we've got daotmb versus Acmlm. I've been told I need to pronounce that letter by letter. But yeah, more All Dungeons tournament coverage, and tomorrow we'll have another All Dungeons tournament match at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be Chex Human versus Falane. But yeah, with that being said, we're pretty much ready to start here, so I'll pass it on to you two.
Awesome, thank you so much. So we have what I'm gonna guess is gonna be a really fun match today. For those of you who have been listening, watching, whatevering along for a while, we are in the bracket stage. We passed out of the group stages. We've seen some really, really great matches in this first run. Today we have daotmb, who is, I believe, the 9th seed, and Acmlm, who is the 24th seed. The winner of this will go on to face Ase 101 in the winner's bracket, while the loser will go to face Pika Pals in the loser bracket 1.
Yeah, that one was a pretty good match as well. I did watch that one.
I missed it, I think, because I was here. Alright, looks like we are getting started, which is really exciting. For those of you who are just joining in, all dungeons restricted major glitches. We do go to all of the dungeons, and we use some glitches. Not all the glitches, but some of the glitches, which we will point out as we go. Azure is going to have probably a lot more understanding of a lot of the technical stuff, because Azure, you're in this tournament, aren't you?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. I don't know, I've seen some pretty good time saves off when I've creeped recently.
Yeah, it's they don't come super easy though. There's a lot that can go wrong this run, and although Acmlm in general in the Link to the Past community is known for doing really safe strats, and I think he I don't remember if he switched to doing getting hookshot in the Meyer segment or not. I think he did, but
I think so, because I remember, I believe, commentating one of their earlier matches, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary to me, but I don't pay that much attention.
But yeah, that would have been a more recent addition for him. He was known for not doing the general taking very safe strats before, but he's improved his PB a fair bit since the tourney started.
Yeah, it looks like, based on what we can see on our end, that Acmlm's PB is currently a 113.46. Nothing to bat an eye at, while Dow is hovering at a 112.02.80, because he had to have that digit in there. Both runners, to my understanding, have a long history with this game. Dow doing a lot of some of the crazier runs. I know that you and he cross paths in the low percent circle, if I'm correct.
Yeah, neither of our runs are very good because the category is just brutal, but we do have the top two, so it was interesting I got to face him in this tournament.
Yeah. Now, I do know that there was talk about a low percent A Link to the Past tournament eventually, so maybe we'll get to see a few more nice runs.
Yeah, the tournament is going to have like 3 people in it.
Well, it'll be 3 really great matches. So we are heading into our first mini-boss here, the Ball and Chain Guard. If you are interested in wielding a weapon somewhat like this Ball and Chain Guard, please reach out to twitch.tv mkosler or twitch.tv/apathyduck07salute. Apathy Duck being one of our mods. Both have a great place, especially if you're in the US or Canada, to get a ball and chain shipped to you. I may be memeing a little bit right now, but that's genuinely because these first two segments that we have, the escape segment and the Eastern Palace segment, are pretty much what you would see in your typical any percent route, with a few minor changes that I'm sure we'll see when we get there. But right now is just a 6-minute chance for us to hang out and get to know each other. It's an AMA, if you will.
It's a good thing that the ball and chain guard isn't blue, because then that would be an additional blue ball that's in the run.
Yeah. And if anyone was worried, I'm not joking. Apathy Duck does have a lead on where to get a flail for $17. It's a crazy tournament, friends.
Is it like plastic, or is it made of actual like?
No, it's metal. It's an actual metal thing. Like, he found. Oh gosh, genuinely, you should reach out to him or Kostler, because both of them have access to it. I think he tacked it on to the end of some video where he died to ball and chain guard. It's a really awkward YouTube video.
Sounds like a really good sponsorship opportunity, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. ZeldaSpeedRuns, sponsored by Flails USA, I guess. I don't know what the place was called.
I think like Duck himself should just get sponsored by that, or Kostler.
Absolutely. Honestly, like, I feel like Apathy Duck 07 stream should be sponsored by like Mountain Dew and Corn Nuts. So we are making our way through the secret exit portion of the. Thank you, DoomTap. It's hard to mention Apathy Duck 07 in sponsorships without mentioning that he is the world record holder in Captain Novalin. But both runners, taking a little bit of a kiss from that rat on ACMLM's side, but Dao taking one as well.
ACM got a pretty bad Northwest key rat, I think.
Ah, dang. Yeah, those rats are my least favorite thing. Especially as a newer runner, trying to read them is just hard. Believe we're going to see both. ACMLM decides to go for the Sank Heart early. I saw him pick it up, but I didn't see the heart load. That's so weird. Oh yeah, it's there. I'm just dumb. And now both have save and quit back to Link's house and are heading towards Eastern Palace.
Yeah, looks like Dao wasn't going for Citrus Clip, and
No, he is
ACMLM,
not.
I doubt he will, because I don't think that's his kind of thing. I see him facing right, though. No, okay. He juked me.
No, he's not. Just a couple of walkie boys. Doom's got it right.
He was facing right. He was facing right while walking up, though. That's losing some pumping frames.
Yeah, because I do that all the time, and I'm like, man, I shouldn't do that.
Oh, he walked up. Like, he walked higher up when going past that Armos TSO. Got the guard on the screen earlier. That's like, I think that's a really old, walking method that people used to do that I think people didn't realize for a few years that it caused the guard to block you because it got on the screen earlier.
I have that issue a lot. We see them both heading into Eastern Palace now. McCostler, my previous commentator is in chat, I would love it if he would link the ball and chain flail video that I've been mentioning so much, because I'm sure he has it stashed away in that computer of his. And he does, as I thought.
So there are a couple rooms apart here, but
yeah, but
this early,
honestly, yeah,
this early doesn't mean that much.
I feel like until Eastern Palace is done, there's really it's anyone's game. I mean, genuinely, I think that one of the biggest reset points, in my opinion, in this category is Palace of Darkness, which will be the second route that second dungeon, major dungeon that we go into.
Clean big key from Dao and clean from ACM as well.
Mm-hmm. Both runners heading into the back of Eastern Palace. They've picked up the arrows, the bow, the pad arrows.
ACM slashing the Popos out of his way in the dark room to clear a path to the Igor. It's a little bit slower, but it makes it basically removes
easier.
Yeah, it removes the chance of a Popo randomly walking in your path as you try to arrow the Igor, which can happen sometimes. And you kind of end up with a mess if that happens. It usually doesn't. You're usually fine, but it's a bit of a tiny bit slower safety thing.
Both getting into Armos Knights very well. Dao has a very clean Armos Knights fight.
Yeah, so ACM is doing the more traditional top right strat, and Dao is doing a newer one, I think, that I only started seeing recently, where you, after you shoot the top
one arrow
right,
down, two to the left.
One arrow down.
Yeah. There are so many Armos strats.
I haven't seen the Armo strat that Dow did until as recently as this tournament, really.
Yeah, same actually. But we've seen so many different, even just like over the past 2 days of matches, we had someone doing Yuzu, we had the traditional, of course, we have what Dow did, and that's just a lot of same ways to cut a lemon.
Oh, I think Dow was going for the chest turn on the...
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to... I'll give him a 2 for style on that one, because he missed the chest turn.
I don't like this... Okay, this chest turn, I like the chest turn in the heart container chest, because it actually saves time, but the one on a chest you don't have to move from, there's no upside.
It's all for style.
Yeah.
You know, this tournament, above all else, is Dao bumping himself out of that DMA right there. It's going to cost him a second. Oh, but he makes it.
Yeah, I don't know if he wasn't on the right pixel when he did the spin speed.
It looked like he might have been a little high. I'm not quite sure.
ACM having a bit of a rougher go of it. He's just missing the spin speed. It's a 1-frame trick.
Yeah.
So, and now he gets it. Oh, did somebody take the priest health refill? Because I actually... did somebody do that instead of getting the heart?
I think Acmlm did, because he had gotten the Sank heart before.
Okay, so he had 4 hearts in Eastern, and I completely didn't notice. Okay, that clears it up.
Thank you, Koopa. We're doing our best. Some good RNG on those dead rocks. Staying out of the way, I saw.
Yeah, so now they're going to do the Kiki Yeet, which is one version of the clip you can... Dao bonking instead of... so like this dash you get into a pool of water, basically where the cloud is. The cloud is essentially the water. And if you do it right, you have enough time to jump out of it without having the flippers. And it looks like he popped out of where he was supposed to be. Oh no, that's not good.
At least it's a quick... It's a quick one, but that's going to cost him.
I think ACM did not do Kiki, and he just went up to the cave normally. Which is the yeet saves like 4 seconds, I think. I don't remember. It also removes a lot of the boulder RNG. But what Dao did basically was I think he ended up jumping off of the ledge. So like this yeet is basically a screen wrap. So he jumped off the ledge. He was at some point on the ledge that would have taken him to Kiki Cave, but he jumped off it. So he was trying to climb the big stairway like you do normally, the big long ladder. But because he's actually on the screen lower, and that screen, like the overall screen south of you, has a transition point at those coordinates, like relative to where he was. And Death Mountain's screen is bigger, so it doesn't. He got a screen transition where you didn't expect, and it infinite scrolled him.
That's rough.
Like I didn't think he thought that would happen. I think he thought he would be fine if he climbed the stairs, but he hit a screen transition there that was only there because he screen wrapped.
ACM getting those safety arrows and bombs. South of the big key hallway. So that's like a much more solid setup for him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was impressed that he saved as much as he did and kept going. At that point, I think I don't know.
You actually don't. You don't want to. Like, it's kind of. I think you have to.
I think it would have been
if that happens. Either that, or you have to go all the way to the bottom again and then set up the yeet again. I think you can probably yeet twice and it'll be fine.
Unfortunate teleport on Dao's screen. Ooh, he's out of. Oh no, he has 1 bomb left.
Oh yeah, so he got an up teleport there, which means that he moved up 1 pixel too high.
But he gets in there. See ACM doing a nice hammer jump, and he makes it. First try.
Yeah, I think ACM's been having a really nice pod, which
so far,
because that was having interesting things happen.
This is the worst dungeon for me. I get so nervous every time. Getting a few safety bombs.
Yeah, I saw ACM went out of his way on the way to the big key to go down and get the extra arrow and bomb pot there. That's the slowest bomb in this dungeon, I think. It's like,
I think that Dao's choice to go and do the 2 in that middle section before resetting the dungeon may have been a bit faster. Or at least the 1.
Oh, are we talking about bombs? ACM wanted the arrows as well. That's basically the only backup arrow pot you get. It's just unfortunately fairly slow. But he also got both the arrow pots and mimics, so he's taking it very, very safe here. He's going to have a lot of extra arrows to shoot at Helmasaur if he so chooses. You can back up to arrows in the Helmasaur fight. So it takes 4 hammer hits. But the hammer hits are pretty dangerous to pull off. And if you end up in a really bad situation with his patterns and stuff, if the fight starts to go wrong, you can back up to arrows. You can kill him in 8 arrows. They do half the damage of a hammer hit. And
Helma is a serious roadblock, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it really is. It kills a lot of runs, and it's a very high-pressure situation in a tournament race where everything's on the line. Yeah, Dao needed the extra bombs because he used extra. Acmlm was not short of bombs, really.
Yeah.
He didn't really need the bomb that he got, but it was mostly the arrows.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a positioning.
Alright, so when you break when you break Helma's mask and he goes into phase 2, he moves faster, and he does guaranteed tail swipe every round. So he did choose to use arrows to take that down. I don't think he went for any hammer hits. That was
he did not.
Just very, very safe. It was pretty clean though. Oh, he got one hammer hit. Okay.
Now there's still so much of this category to go. We'll see our first crystal cutscene as Dao auto-scrolls this wall.
Hey, there's other things that could go wrong, but this is like really one of the big time losses to kind of have out of the way. So, with ACM having done this dungeon,
just missed the OK Boomer.
Was that OK Boomer he was going for? Like, did he hit the hammer peg north?
Maybe I did the wrong terminology, very possibly.
I legitimately am not sure because OK Boomer
looks like it to me, but I may be wrong.
It looked to me like he went for the harder strat, but I might
that sounds like Dao, honestly. We see Acmlm clipping into Hera. While Dao going for this fight, he only has one arrow. So, you know. Ooh,
oh, he got that
was
actually
rough.
that pushed him right like into Palmasaur's face. He had to like get out of there before his iframes ran out.
Oh gosh, that had my heart pumping. That went for Swag Boom. Thank you, Chets, for correcting me.
Okay, yeah, he did go for the harder one.
We are in the auto-scroller room, tile room, in Tower of Hera on Acmlm's screen. This is a room.
So he's dancing around the pot here. Optimally, what you'll do is you'll item dash with the boomerang to hit the crystal switch and land on the pegs.
Then you get to take a nice 30-second coffee break. I almost said potty break, and I know that someone would point it out, so yeah. Accidental map on his side.
You also don't have to use the boomerang to throw at the switch in the next room. But the pot is a way to have something to throw at the tile to at least open the door earlier. Okay, Dao going for Heraclip. He did a different version of it. He uses dash buffers instead of a super speed clip. And that one's a bit faster. It's faster if you do it fast, I guess. But I actually really like the dash buffer there, because if you can do it faster, you have to do that specific clip 3 times over the course of the run, so any time that you're saving on it really adds up. So ACM bomb jumps to his Moon Pearl. Oh, I didn't actually notice he had the Hera
yeah,
switch
he hit the
flips.
safety tag.
Yeah.
And a little hammer jump that I've never actually seen before. Ooh, still getting a little bit of bullying by that moldy boy. Dao taking a safer strat in the tile room by hiding between these two tiles.
Okay, so neither of them have the pegs up here. ACM taking down Moldarm in 3 hammer hits, and what's nice about that is being able to skip the enrage phase, because Moldarm only enrages when he has got 1 hit point left. And the hammer does more damage than that. So now, being done here, he's just going to jump into the Dark World portal here. Having the Moon Pearl from that dungeon, you can be Link's proper form in the Dark World, and since we're on a mountain, we're going to use the Death Mountain Descent clip here to access the main Dark World.
Took a little extra time to get that spin speed before the DMD walk down, but still got it very well.
So Dao's got his... Go on.
I was just saying ACM's heading into Thieves Town.
Okay, Dao's got his Moon Pearl, he's following behind.
Faster Moldworm fight from Dao. But we'll see what that gets him.
Yeah, Moldorm can be kind of RMG based in terms of like the safety and like how reliable you can be sure that he's going in certain directions. But every so often he'll change his direction to like charge directly at Link. And if he's near a wall, when he hits the wall, he'll also change directions. So it's a bit scarier to go for the tail then.
Yeah.
But there's also like risks you can take. In general, I expect Dao to just have faster play overall than ACM, so I expect him to close this gap bit by bit, unless other things happen.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a close race, but this is all disasters of restricted major glitches, so...
Oh, he was trying to pull the Great for Thieves Town, but he was too far right for it to rip.
Yeah.
You want to pull that as far right as you can, because you get blocked a bit by the hedge, and the hedge blocking Link's like rollout animation means that he doesn't go back as far.
Yeah.
So we've got professional opinion from chat that Dao's going to have to play a 110 level if ACM doesn't make more mistakes, or any more mistakes, I should say.
We'll see. It'll also come down slightly to routing and strategy.
I think Dao's capable of playing at a 110 level.
I would agree. I've seen him pull off some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, his NMG PB is very, very, very good, and you can improve. You can improve in it. Like 112 was a good AD time, but he definitely could have improved it by more, or it's possible for him to improve it by more with his skill level.
Now, luckily, the boss of this dungeon, which we will see shortly on Acmlm's side, is Blind the Thief, who is a scripted fight. That's true. A0 does make a good point. The blue balls later in the category can make a large difference, as we saw earlier this bracket stage already.
Yeah. So, perfect blind fight from ACM.
Yeah, it was almost like it was scripted. Am I funny yet?
No.
Dang.
You still have to follow the script at least, which I feel like you might know a thing or two about following scripts. I'm not sure.
I get it. That's a good joke. Thanks.
It was sort of a joke, sort of like
a good
a joke.
little nudge. Anyway, both runners now have their single strength upgrade, which is always nice. Now they can lift things. It's used roughly twice in the run, so there you have it.
You absolutely need a strength upgrade to lift the block to get to gold stair. So you need even if you were like, nah, I'm gonna do the other glitches that let you skip limits. You'd still need a strength upgrade for that.
Yeah, and technically you could get the one in Desert Palace, but there's really no reason to. And if you have the Titan's Myths, you under no circumstances want to get those.
Okay, ACM is doing Frog Door, which is a newer strategy. Oh, and that was a good blind fight too, I think. I think he died in the correct spot. But ACM's doing a Frog Door, which is a newer strat here. You can, if you time this A press correctly, coming out of the mirror waves, you can talk to the frog without lifting the rock.
And he gets it, which is very good. There is a chance for a lock of some sort.
Okay. He's doing the old Smiths method, the pre blank Smiths. I am pretty happy to see this, honestly. You'll see Dao do the newer one, and you're most likely, if you watched other matches in this tournament, you'll be used to seeing the newer strategy, the newer mirror placement.
Yeah, the earlier mirror.
It's like
with Grandpa Smiths.
It's like about the same, but what is it? You have more error frames with like lifting the rock and stuff. The old method that he's using. Yeah, okay, Frog Door with Grandpa Smiths. That is a strategy mix I did not think I would see. I was not expecting Acmlm to go for Frog Door because that's a newer strat.
Dao opting not to try Frog Door and instead just lift a skull and walk. Takes our little gnome friend on a good little journey.
Frog Door saves like half a second. I'm not actually sure if like technically Blank Smiths saves time or not. I don't remember, but it's like more consistent. It doesn't save time. That's what I keep hearing. But I never trust my memory for some reason.
We see ACM getting a little bit of stressful RNG in the worst room in the category. Making it through.
Yeah, because this would be the worst room in NMG if not for Chomps, I guess. Right? Internal Rock. Alright, so good bomb jump. Using the boots, you can widen the pixel window that bomb jump works on. Which is likely what he did for the Hera bomb jump as well.
Mm-hmm. We are almost back into the same dungeon at the same time.
Acmlm did, when he dashed to the left of the room with that key pot he just picked up, he moved downwards a bit to cancel his dash to avoid hitting the spike. I think what you're going to see Dao do when he gets to that room is he's going to try and stay on the grid, like avoid moving any amount of pixels from the door. If you dash straight from there, then you have a pretty big window to just hit up and be past the spike, as long as you don't move from initial position.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be really scared of touching that spike, canceling that dash, but staying on the grid is really good there. That was a pretty clean
nice
moth fight too. I don't think I saw him do the double hit at the start. But just if you can get in 4 tempered slashes, that'll kill Moth as long as the slashes don't get invalidated by a spike hit.
Honestly, that's my least favorite thing about the entire game.
Oh, Dao menu buffers this, really? Wow. Okay, I didn't expect that actually. I don't know why I'm so focused on like this one tiny thing in one room. But...
Hey, in the end, it all comes down to what you can save in what spaces. My dad agreed.
And Dao's doing a safer strat in the room with the holes in it.
Yep.
The star tile room. Okay. By lifting the left pot, if you hug it and do a diagonal straight out of that, then you have no chance of accidentally falling in the pit. And ACM didn't do that strat, so I'm just like finding the little strat differences and which safe strats each one chooses to do interesting. Because ACM's not doing some of the safer things that I would have expected him to.
Very clean moth fight on Dao's end.
Yeah, that was faster than ACM's. The bonk, the like poke dash. I'm not entirely sure how the double hit at the start of it works, but basically you get 2 hits if you do that bonk, right?
Yeah, 2 hits for the price of 1.
And that's how to get the fastest fight possible. And ACM had very good RMG, and it worked out really well, but Dao's was just even faster. So ACM is in the Desert Palace segment, in which we also first go and get Ether, and he's doing a spin speed clip here.
Yeah, had a little trouble getting it again, but makes it through.
Yeah, so that gets you, that clip transitioning down on that screen just gets you to the screen that is geographically south of that. But Zora's Domain is its own special area that is accessed by a special transition on that screen. So you just go down, up, and you're in a completely different area. Oh, Dao got the spin speed.
Yeah, that was cute.
To the Ether tablet. That saves like 1.5 seconds, probably.
It also just kind of looks nice. Ooh,
it looks
narrowly
really
avoids Katy Perry up in there.
Yeah, Dead Rock could be really shitty.
Ooh. But that annoying 1-pixel bonk that he got, frustrating.
Oh, he got the hammer dash on the bridge to make up for it.
Yeah.
You have to, so like you can't. When you do the dash, like if you dash at bushes or hammer dash at pegs, they work the same way. And you were in the exact pixel in between the middle of them, then you get what's called a bush bonk. You bonk off the center of them, and they both get destroyed. But the sucky thing is that you bonk.
I see that ACM opted not to do the bomb strat over the hump to get over to the screen before the transition to Meyer. I don't know what I would technically call it. The screen with the transition that you would normally use for Swamp Palace.
Yeah, you know, I think I call that the Swamp Portal.
The Swamp Portal. That's metal.
I don't know about that.
I don't know very much in general. I have a feeling that we might see... Yeah, Dao's going for it. I believe he typically does.
Yeah, okay.
And it looks like those Bomby boys are going to leave him alone. Never mind. Oh, but he gets it anyway.
Yeah, so that saves like 4 seconds. Yeah, that saves 4 seconds over going around. And there's an older there's an older super speed clip you can do with a hook dash. Not a hook dash. I'm sorry, a spin speed. We don't have hook shot yet.
No, we do not.
Ahead of myself. There's an
it
older
does-
strat that saves only 2 seconds there.
It does look like Dao is having a lot more luck with his boots clips and spin speed clips than ACM does. Save that hard/soft lock.
As far as getting the actual clips themselves, yeah. They're, I think, one of the most like acquired skills, particular to glitch categories. I would say, like, you can have very, very good movement and be fairly weak at the clips themselves because they're just the inputs for them are so radically different from what NMG gameplay rewards.
Ooh, ACM opting to use the lamp on those torches to save up for those fire rod shots. Ooh, but a little struggle with that one cycle there. Looks like we're gonna have a 3 cycle. A few little rage slashes on his area.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to fire rod the Lambos from the middle.
Yeah, to try and get the crossover, but it did not go exactly how we wanted.
I like doing it from higher up. I think that's more consistent for fire rod strat in particular.
I typically see the... Oh, go ahead.
He did like you were saying. He got the extra magic, or sorry, no, he used the lamp and the torches to conserve magic, so he had more shots. But I don't know if I agree with that because he missed the shots anyways, and you can still get a 2 cycle even if you miss shots because your tempered spin does as much damage as fire rod. So you basically get you can get that damage in for free on the 2nd cycle.
Looks like Dao is doing what I expected to see, which is, the tempered spin into 5 fire rod shots using up the entirety of your magic to finish the fight in a single cycle. Now we are seeing ACM work on Meyer 2-1. One extra slash, but still very clean.
Yeah, Dao's was more of a textbook fight.
Yeah.
So
those short hops, man.
And the so Acmlm left the popo at the bottom of like the main area of like the wizard room for last, and that's something I like doing too because I'm bad at the faster. And basically, like, your priority in that room is getting all the wizards dead in one cycle because they disappear. You don't have to wait for another one. So that's a safety strat that I favor as well. I expect Dao is gonna do. Dao's gonna, I think, hit the popo earlier. It's just riskier. Oh no, he's not.
Oh no, he doesn't. You know, as a new runner to this game who didn't grow up with it, you know, I'm always finding little discrepancies and ideas for strategies, and that Meyer 2 room, I have so much to say on it. Now we're going to see a fun series of glitches starting on Acmlm's side. I don't think we'll see the bomb jump here.
No, I very much doubt it.
I would very much doubt it. Yeah, we're not.
This is like such a. It's a pretty decent like time investment to learn versus the time it saves.
Yeah, but when people get it, it is very nice. Dao skipping that magic like you should. It's so weird seeing them side by side in the same room but on different rounds. Or almost the same room.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of trouble estimating how far apart they are, but I want to say like 45 seconds.
Oh, there to a minute. Yeah, they both have very nice air accounts. We've seen ACM do a bomb clip into the Tower of Hera. You may think, why are we here? We've already done this one. Cautiously killing those enemies who can get in the way while prepping another bomb clip.
Oh, wow.
Sword buffer. That was nice. Come on. Oh, nope.
Oh, he moved too much when he was like inside the wall.
See how the second try goes as I pull my cat off of my desk for the 50th time. Very carefully and safely because I love her. Gets him into Swamp. I will say that for that first bomb clip was very, very nice on ACM's side.
Yeah, he does that differently than I'm used to seeing. He doesn't. I don't think he places the bomb in the same place I see most people do.
Yeah.
Grandpa Heritage Swamp. Okay, actually, if that's an older strat for Heritage Swamp, I might not be familiar with that. I'm more familiar with like older NMG stuff.
Dao not happy with that bomb placement.
Okay, Dao moved 2 pixels to the right, I think, when he the most common setup for getting this bomb clip to work is you move 1 pixel right from the wall. But he moved 3, I think is what he would have moved if it was 2 frames. So that's why it didn't work correctly the first time he tried to do that bomb clip.
Well, thank goodness that they both had enough bombs to get through there, both having a little bit of... That is another one of those hard blockades, getting into Swamp from Tower of Hera.
That bomb clip is just messy. Like, there's a lot of factors that could go wrong with it. Like, if the pot is gone, then if you choose to bonk into position, the bonk isn't going to line you up properly anymore. At least from a slope dash. And there's a lot of different cues that you have to know to be able to fix the clip when you do it from slightly off.
Looks like ACM decided not to arm Spooky. Which I'm a little surprised to see.
This is, for how long he's been involved with this game, it's very much a newer thing for him as well, given that it was like 2 years old at this point.
No Spooky, that's fine. I am not a fan of horror movies. Too spooky for me.
I have not practiced Spooky nearly as much as I should have, and from my experience having under-practiced it, it is really hard to hit if you haven't practiced it very much.
Absolutely. It's one of those that I just don't understand. I look at it, I say, hey, yeah, you're spooky, but...
Okay, so Dao threw a Samaria block into the void, which sets the altitude variable of that to -1, or effectively 250. And the fire rod uses that same altitude variable and doesn't clean it up when you use it, even though it should. So when he lands his fire rod shot here, he's going to hit the anti-fairy with it, and it's going to invoke the area of effect. I just said effect. Area of effect.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
255 pixels above it, which is 1 screen above -1 pixel, and it will hit the crystal switch behind the wall. And the crystal switch exists in the same super tile as the same 2x2 like screens worth of room that he's in, so it still does exist, even though he's not in that part of the room.
Ooh, we are almost going to see both runners in the same Crystal Catch cutscene.
So that was a really good Vitreous fight from Dao. I didn't see how ACM's went, though. But Dao got the 0 cycle, which is basically what you want.
Yeah.
ACM is doing the clip out of Mire, and he's doing it in the position where the Zora shoots at you. So it's that position that is like, it's the one that is like, if you don't beat the Zora fireball, you lose time compared to using the safer exit. But the safer exit has unintuitive inputs and is like harder to learn. So I think he might be one of the runners that just defaults to the to this one because it's the simplest one.
I will say I did decide to time from sword up to sword up. We have about a 50-second differentiation between the two runners.
Okay, thanks for keeping track of that, because I'm having a bit of trouble with the fact that ACM uses he still uses crystal catch timing for his splits, which I did not switch from myself for many years, but it's a very very old style thing.
Yeah, I noticed that, and that was throwing me off a little bit too. But to each their own. We're all playing the same game. Except for me,
but like the reason that we as a community as a whole switched is because the Heart and Magic refill, the time.
Oh yeah, that makes so much
adds
sense.
to the cutscene of the split that you're on, so it makes more sense for that to be included in the timing for the dungeon that you did, and not the dungeon after.
Let's see how this diver down goes on ACM's screen. Having a little trouble getting in there.
Sorry if I cut you off. It looked like he was having trouble getting the one frame down input. You have to be one pixel south of that rail for that to work.
As someone from Ohio, I like to think of Diver Down or Holy Breaker or Diver or whatever you want to call it as basically the Link to the Past variation of, oop, let me just scoot right past you. So that's what you do when you gotta get around someone and you're from the Midwest. See how Dao's Swamp Break, whatever it's called, we need to really decide that. There we are. Slightly faster. ACM not going for the zero cycle on Argus.
Yeah, that's pretty standard for him. The zero cycle's really hard. I actually, I'm not going to explain it because I haven't learned it. I don't know how to do it. I know, like theoretically how to do it, but
basically, poke, dash, and cry.
I'm not familiar enough to explain it because I don't have the experience of doing it myself.
I don't think I have that many fingers to be able to do it because you're basically pushing 3 buttons at once. As I was doing right here. Ooh, doesn't get the zero cycle because of an unfortunate little bonky boy. That's alright though.
Yeah, you have 3 buttons involved. The A button for like your first hook shot has to be a hook dash, so that you get put into super speed state, the dashing state basically. The super speed state makes the game think that you're in a dash state, which is how a lot of like the super speeds on running around in the overworld works. But what it does in this case is, since the game thinks that you're dashing, it makes your sword deal dash damage instead of poke damage, and dash damage deals the normal damage of your sword instead of being downgraded one class.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess.
So
this game is very complex.
You abuse that. The game you need the game to think that you're dashing so that the puffs actually die to your sword instead of not dying, but then that makes the process of hooking them kind of complicated.
I see ACM taking a safer route through to get to Ice Palace. We will likely see Dao doing a riskier move that makes my heart beat uncontrollably.
Oh, yeah, okay, Dao's doing the... Dao's doing the mirror wrap for Ice. Oh, he didn't get this... Oh, okay.
I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is fine.
he didn't.
That scared me.
He didn't quite set it up correctly, but he knew how to correct it, and that is not a correction I know how to do. So I had basically no idea what he was doing. He's doing a bomb clip to skip a few rooms here in ice, which ACM did earlier in a way that I actually have never seen before.
Thank you to Koopalar for the highlighted message. Really helps the stream.
So nice icebreakers from both of them, I think.
Yeah.
This gap is definitely closing, and that mirror wrap saves. The mirror wrap saves it saves 6 seconds when I do it. I don't think I do it particularly well, so it might save more than. And Dao went for the stair clip.
Didn't quite work for him.
Yeah, I feel like that you're kind of in a bad spot in terms of time loss if you miss that, having to navigate into the stairs.
Oof. Those cold stairs tried to get away from ACM, but no luck would have it. Very nice cold fight.
Yeah, ACM goes for a 6/ strat, which is by far the easiest cold stair strat to learn, but it's also a little bit unreliable depending on how they move. Dao's going to he's going to do poke dash spin strat to keep him in the corner. Okay, he did 2 poke dashes and double spin. I think you always do 2 poke dashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it... No, there's... One strat is poke dash, and then double spin, and then one strat is like poke dash, double spin, and then slash. Yeah, okay. Poke dashes, it's pretty easy to drop them by accident, and that basically results in the fight being a catastrophe. So, but
yeah,
if you can do them, then you get a faster, safer fight in the end. So ACM going to Ice Rod Kate. I don't actually know why he picked up that rock. I don't know if he knows the bomb count in the route very well. I don't think he needs more bombs at this point. I think he's fine. Swim is the swim on the screen where the whirlpool is very difficult. Dao got a really good one. ACM had a tiny little hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
Dao's also going to go for a strat here, a broken camera, Ice Rod Cave entry, which
I've been
saves...
a little trouble setting it up, but got bonked out.
Okay, he lost the amount of time that it saves already, so he's just gonna go finish it off normally.
One big thing is to know when to just cash it in, save what you can.
It would have been an opportunity to make up some more time, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so ACM going to do the Turtle Rock clip, and I'm not sure if he knows the new way of doing this. It looks like he does, yeah. Okay, so if you do like a very specific input sequence on there, then hitting upright can put you on a particular spot. It can warp you to a particular spot on the ledge, which puts you in a much more advantageous spot for the mirror wrap than we used to do. I think he got himself stuck, though, after doing the mirror wrap. Unfortunately, I don't know what he did. I think he hit a direction that he shouldn't have and probably snapped him, but what you're supposed to be able to do from that position is do a hop north. There's a big like jump ledge that's actually north of you, but when you like, it doesn't... The game doesn't really care what direction you approach ledges from, just if the ledge is there or not. So you can face up.
What just happened on ACM's side?
Like, I don't... Unless you're referring to something else. Are you referring to the hair clip he did?
I thought he'd already... Maybe...
Oh, I was just going over that. Maybe I didn't
Sorry, no, I think I watched him do it, and I was listening to you, but my brain just turned off completely.
So he went for the upward hop here that puts you down, but it didn't work. He might have hit another direction that snapped him into a spot where he couldn't reach the ledge.
I apologize for making you repeat that twice, but man, my brain did not like that.
He got off the seam wrong. Does that mean that he would have mirror wrapped in the wrong spot then? So maybe he mirror wrapped at the wrong Y coordinate. Maybe that's why it didn't work.
That's very unfortunate.
Okay, so Dao's in TR first. There he just menued to the mirror to read the Pokey RNG. There's one specific RNG there you have to watch out for, and that's if the top right Pokey goes upright, then it will hit you. As long as it doesn't do that, you're fine to just hold up left. So
gosh, unfortunate on ACM's side here. Gets stuck with that Samaria.
Oh, this is a classic. This is a classic. There's a way to fix this, but it looks like he's just going to abandon it.
Yeah, that's really hard. Dao, however, heading towards Trinex, our favorite three-headed elemental weirdo. Gosh, that is really an unfortunate TR split on ACM's side.
Yeah, that is definitely among the list of things that can happen. Okay, so Dao's fighting Trinex from behind. He did a poke dash to finish off the. He did a poke dash to double hit the the firehead for the fourth hit to get 5 hits in without having to rod it a second time, which saves 1 rod shot. And it doesn't save time on Trinex cycles, but it does save time in the refill at the end of the fight. It saves 16 frames because your magic bar fills 1 unit at a time during the crystal cutscene, and fire rod shot uses 16 units of magic.
Yeah, it ends up being in this situation that Dao had a very clean Trinex fight. So I believe, if my timing's about right, Dao should be leaving this cutscene just as ACM is getting properly into the battle. Had a little trouble with those Samaria blocks. Sorry, I'm still getting my brain back on from earlier. That really threw me.
It almost kind of threw me too, because I wasn't expecting it to happen at all. I was expecting him very much to have been fine and to get the ledge hop and be able to enter T-Rock from the back. But that must be really tilting too. You're in that position because that's the very end of the trick where you're like, okay, I did everything right, and it worked, and everything's fine now, and then you're stuck. Like it's after all of the
misses that third quick kill. I can see some what might be rage dashes. I don't know about you, Azure, but I'm a particularly emotional person, and so when one thing goes wrong, I know I snowball, and I think that this is a particularly tilting category, because when you do something wrong, it seems to really hurt.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I snowball really easily myself. I've been trying to get better about doing that, but especially like in tournament. But
well, friends, this is a PSA. Go to therapy. I know that we're in a pandemic right now, and most of us can't go anywhere. But did you know you can talk to a therapist on the phone?